The iPhone 17 Pro Max and iPhone 17 Pro will be the finest that Apple has to offer in terms of a 2025 phone. As you may assume, the Pro pair will be introduced alongside the vanilla model, the iPhone 17, but this year, if rumors prove accurate, a newcomer will be ushered to the stage. The reported iPhone 17 Air. This one will replace the Plus model. Back to the Pro duo, the heavyweights of the lineup. The iPhone 17 Pro Max and the more compact iPhone 17 Pro are poised to shop with enormous 6.9-inch and 6.3-inch LTPO OLED panels, ultra-thin bezels, and maybe even greater peak brightness for an exceptionally dazzling viewing experience. The phone screens will feature a 120 Hz promotion refresh rate and may have a new anti-reflective coating. The largest of them all, the iPhone 17 Pro Max and its smaller sister, the iPhone 17 Pro, are likely to have wide 6.9-inch and 6.3-inch LTPO OLED panels, along with ultra-thin bezels and maybe even greater peak brightness for a more immersive experience. Adding to the refinement, both versions are believed to include a smaller dynamic island, made possible by an improved metal lens design that might minimize the area required for the front camera and Face ID. These gadgets are also likely to incorporate new technologies targeted at enhancing durability and battery efficiency. Under the hood, the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max will likely be driven by the Apple A19 Pro CPU, along with 12 gigs of RAM and numerous storage choices starting at 256 gigs. While nothing is official, many are hoping for a maxed-out 2 TB option. Battery life might see a considerable bump, with the iPhone 17 Pro rumored to contain a 3,700 mAh battery, while the Pro Max may have a 4,700 mAh cell. The camera system is shaping up to be just as remarkable, having a 48 megapixels primary sensor, a 48 megapixels ultra-wide lens, a 48 megapixels telephoto lens with 5x zoom, and a 24 megapixels selfie camera. As for the Pro Max camera, don't expect to pick up the iPhone Pro and start shooting like world-famous photographers, Herb Ritts or Richard Avedon, just because your phone has a Pro label on it, however. Having superior camera gear, bigger sensors, more megapixels, better lenses, is not to be overlooked. After all, you're paying big cash for the Pro and Pro Max. If the stars align, the iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max will have what the iPhone 16 Pro didn't: a bespoke 48 megapixels IMX903 sensor for the primary camera, bigger than the last in size. It's a bad the 2024 iPhone didn't receive it, since larger sensors are preferred because they capture light easier and display the backdrop better, as in, the difference between the foreground and the background is more evident. Also, the new sensor for the primary camera may likely have a stacked design, 14-bit analog to digital conversion for lossless picture quality, and digital gain control for better dynamic range and decreased noise. This should make it to the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max. The new 48 megapixels ultra-wide camera, 0.7 pixel size, and a 1/2/6 sensor that appeared on the iPhone 16 Pros should also be transferred to the iPhone 17 Pros. This camera is a considerable advance over the 12MP ultra-wide camera utilized earlier. Thank you, Apple. However, the greatest feature about the iPhone 17 Pro is what made the 16 Pro amazing: the tetraprism telephoto camera with 5x optical zoom, initially introduced in the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I'm very confident it will make its way to the standard-sized iPhone 17 Pro as well. For this one, the sensor may be increased from 12 megapixels, that's what the iPhone 16 Pro pair delivers, to 48 megapixels, as a prominent leaker revealed early in 2025. Finally, the atomic layer deposition, anti-glare coating, recommended for the iPhone 16 Pro cameras, should also be found on the iPhone 17 Pro pair. The atomic layer deposition coating is fantastic for decreasing lens flare, increasing night photography. Ever wondered why your picture is suddenly full of bizarre, artificial lights when you attempt to capture an image of a street lighting at night, for example? It's exactly due to bad lens coating. As I've frequently remarked, at this point I'm prepared to embrace even a hideous iPhone 17, as long as it is new and not in the same friggin' design that's been forcing me to doubt my own sanity. Is time a flat circle? Are we locked in a never-ending loop? If not, then why does Apple release the same smartphone every 12 months? This might be just me, but this seems like a budget-friendly Poco phone. Due of its camera island, I mean. The three lenses are positioned in a triangle configuration inside a new rectangular camera bar with rounded corners. Unlike prior rumors indicating a horizontal alignment akin to Google's Pixel phones, fresh renderings reveal a larger camera bar with lenses on the left and an LED flash, microphone, and LiDAR scanner stacked vertically on the right. While it's uncertain whether Apple will finalize this design, the revisions imply a new approach to the iPhone's back camera cosmetics. The renderings of the iPhone 17 Pro Max feature a new horizontal back camera bar, mirroring previous Pixel models, marking the first substantial change since the iPhone 11 Pro. Well, I don't recall longing for the iPhone to transform into a Pixel, but then again, the Pixel 9 line also looks like Apple's smartphone. It's a strange world out there. Then another leak leaked and disputed it all. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is gonna keep the same in terms of design. Looking at this, I may need to withdraw my previous statements about my readiness to accept even an ugly iPhone. Well, not ugly, but certainly strange. The frightening iPhone 17 Pro/Max design might turn out to be based on a fake sketch, so you should take it all with some salt on the side. Whether that as it may, I'm sure we'll receive tons of goodies with the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max, whether it's a robust titanium frame or the upgraded ceramic shield that Apple says makes the 16 Pro 2 times more resilient against drops. The IP68 water and dust resistance certification is not yet verified, but I anticipate it nonetheless on the iPhone 17 Pro pair. One additional thing is the camera control button, situated below the power key. Some have varied opinions about it. As a shutter button to rapidly start the camera, it's a wonderful small convenience, although others complain that it's not that simple working it. What if we receive the iPhone 17 Pro pair without a titanium option? Certain reports say that Apple may implement substantial design modifications for the iPhone 17 Pro in 2025, replacing the titanium frames with aluminum and adopting a new part aluminum, part glass back design with a bigger aluminum camera island. These improvements might solve concerns like overheating associated to titanium and promote consistency throughout the series, while perhaps enabling bigger camera sensors, including a reported 48 megapixels telephoto lens. Then, a corroborating assertion showed up. China's dominance as the world's top titanium producer implies that increasing trade tensions with the US might further push up the material's cost. This, paired with titanium's already higher price compared to stainless steel and aluminum, may be influencing Apple's anticipated move to aluminum for its upcoming iPhone Pro models. However, a tipster on the Chinese social network Weibo took in the other road, claiming that the claimed iPhone 17 Pro modification is impossible. According to the allegation, titanium will stay in use. Citing Apple's focus on titanium's high strength and lightweight features in previous models, the leaker says that discarding the material so soon after its promotion would be nonsensical, though Apple may still be making design choices. Then, in February 2025, this report suggested that the iPhone 17 Pro would forsake titanium. Don't say we didn't warn you. The reported glass and aluminum alloy solution might cause the transition between the camera island and the back panel to be a slope instead of a step. One may get an even better sense of what the iPhone 17 Pro might look like owing to these leaked cases. These photographs make it impossible to discern if the dynamic island is smaller, as several leaks have stated. Well, there's a concept video as well, but take everything with a grain of salt. It's still too early for final prototypes. My belief is that the larger 6.3-inch display for the 16 Pro and the 6.9-inch display for the iPhone 16 Pro Max will be on the 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max. This is a big shift from the 6.1-inch display of the 15 Pro and the 6.7-inch display of the 15 Pro Max. The iPhone 17 Pro pair owners won't complain. They might have bigger LTPO OLED panels with ultra-thin bezels. Like all Pro models since the iPhone 13, these screens will enable a smooth 120Hz Pro Motion refresh rate, boosting the scrolling experience. Additionally, there's conjecture that these screens could deliver much greater peak brightness. Now the screen dims down to a single nit, like a soothing whisper for your eyes while you're browsing in the dark, resting in bed. It's kind of revolutionary. It's a thing people have been pushing Apple for year after year. Finally, they listened. Of course, Samsung's been doing it forever. So this is Apple's way of trying to stay up. In 2025, Apple is projected to close the gap in artificial intelligence, finally catching up with what other businesses have been giving for years. The iPhone will demonstrate powerful AI capabilities, allowing it to do stunts and features that have long been hallmarks of its rivals, signifying a huge leap forward in Apple's approach to AI integration. At the June 2024 WWDC, Apple released iOS 18, showcasing their significant emphasis on AI for the iPhone. In a move that's characteristic of Apple, the corporation announced Apple Intelligence, their modest moniker for their own collection of AI functions, but restricted its availability to just a handful of iPhones. While Apple didn't mention the 2025 iPhone 17 series when launching the AI-focused iOS 18, it's doubtful they'll abandon the project. In fact, I think the full potential of Apple Intelligence will be realized with the iPhone 17, not the iPhone 16. Why? Because despite the formal introduction of the iPhone 16, we likely won't see the full effect of Apple Intelligence just yet. Apple began putting out Apple Intelligence via software upgrades in fall 2024, soon after the iPhone 16's debut and the formal distribution of iOS 18. However, these improvements are planned to emerge in stages, with widespread availability in the first half of 2025. By 2025, the revised Siri with additional functionality is planned to be ready as part of iOS 18.4, which is currently under development. This upgraded Siri will only be accessible on smartphones with the A17 Pro processor or newer, capable of completing complicated multi-step requests inside applications. How nice of Apple to reserve this function for iPhone 15 Pro and upwards customers. While iOS 19 is still far off, we may anticipate some familiar features with modest modifications, but fundamentally, the core experience will stay the same. With iOS 18, we get to explore new features such as freeform app icon placement, richer icon customization, including resizing and adding color tints, customizable lock screen shortcuts, and a revamped control center. These areas might be upgraded further in iOS 19, offering customers even more control over their iPhone's design. So, that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more exciting updates on the latest technology. Thanks for watching.